What is archery grouping and how do you measure it? Imagine you are standing at the shooting line, aiming at the target, and your arrows land in a tight cluster. That pattern is what we call archery grouping. It shows how close your arrows land to each other, which tells you a lot about your consistency. Good grouping means your shots are predictable, and that's a big part of becoming a better archer. When you shoot multiple arrows in a row, they form a pattern on the target. This pattern can be tight or spread out, depending on your form, equipment, and focus. The closer the arrows are to each other, the better your grouping. Measuring this pattern helps you see how well you are doing and what areas need improvement. To measure archery grouping, you start by looking at the arrows on the target. The most common way is to find the two arrows that are farthest apart and measure the distance between their centers. This measurement is called the group size. You can do this with a ruler or a caliper, and it's usually measured in inches or centimeters. A smaller group size means your arrows are landing closer together, which is what you want for accuracy and precision. For example, if your group size is 2 inches, your shots are pretty tight. If it's 6 inches, there's more inconsistency in your shot. Another way to analyze your grouping is to find the center point of all the arrows. This is called the group center. To do this, you average the horizontal and vertical positions of all your arrows. The distance between this center point and the bullseye shows how accurate your shots are. If your group center is close to the bullseye, you're hitting where you aim. If it's far away, you might need to work on your aiming or form. Recording how much your group shifts horizontally and vertically from the bullseye helps you understand if your aiming is steady or if you're pulling shots to one side. Advanced archers sometimes use software tools that automatically calculate these measurements. These tools can give you detailed data on how your arrows disperse both horizontally and vertically. They can even convert your group size into angular measurements like minutes of angle or milliradians. These units let you compare your groupings at different distances without changing the actual measurements. For example, a tight group at 50 yards might be just as precise as a slightly larger group at 100 yards when measured in minutes of angle. Why does all this matter? Well, tight groupings mean you can trust your shot placement. Whether you're hunting or shooting at a target, consistent grouping helps you aim confidently. Proper archery form like a steady stance, a consistent anchor point, and smooth releases all contribute to better grouping. Tuning your bow and selecting the right arrows for your draw weight and length also play a role. When your equipment is set up correctly and your form is steady, your arrows will land closer together. That's why measuring your grouping is a simple but powerful way to track your progress and improve your skills. So next time you shoot, take a moment to see how your arrows cluster and use that information to keep getting better.